Colette's Children's Home began as a grassroots organization incorporated in November of 1998. My dad, Billy O'Connell, who was the founder of Colette's Children's Home, would take me to the Catholic Worker in Santa Ana, where we would feed the homeless in our community. As the lines would form and we were serving the food, my dad noticed a lot of single women and mothers with children coming through, and that's when the idea of Colette's Children's Home sprouted. With no paid staff or office space, Colette's Children's Home began renting a 2-bedroom apartment in Huntington Beach that housed up to 6 women and children a night.
I went on Monday to apply. Tuesday got the interview. And I'm like, please, I really need this. You know, I have my children, my son, he just turned 11. My daughter, she turned 5 in April. And I was really at my last straw. I had nowhere to go. My family, I don't have my family. I really, really needed this for my children, and that's who are very important to me. It's been a blessing. Honest to God, it's been a blessing for me to be part of Colette's, and I can't thank them enough. I really can't.
It seems surreal sometimes that a few people got together and built something that has housed and served over 3,300 homeless women and children. Colette's Children's Home now owns 15 and operates 16 emergency, transitional, and permanent housing sites. And as of November 2015, Colette's Children's Home has the capacity to serve up to 300 homeless women and children in our shelters at any given point in time. If you had told my dad 17 years ago that this is where Colette's Children's Home would be now, he probably wouldn't have believed you.
Our main goal is to provide the client with supportive services so they can become self-sufficient. So that's everything from, going back to them learning how to be financially responsible. We create a monthly budget. They learn everything from being at our life skills. We really just try to support the family in all means possible so they can become stable once they graduate our program.
The word shelter, it kind of frightened me to enter into a program like that with my little ones. But as soon as I entered the program, they welcomed me with open arms.
Personally, I was expecting this big, huge room with just a bunch of cots and maybe a little wall or whatever to separate, the beds or whatever. But when I got there, I was like, wow. This is amazing. You're just walking into a neighborhood. Friendly people, it doesn't look like a shelter at all.
The misconception is when you think of a shelter, you think cots or bunks everywhere and you're going to be sharing the space with a million different people. The reality of at least our homes here in Colette's is essentially you get your own apartment with your own room that you're sharing with another woman and her children, and you guys cohabitate in this apartment. You have a wonderful support group with all the women, case manager that is there to support you, staff that's on site, activities, events. So it's actually a very, very well-rounded support that our clients receive when they come into the program.
To be honest with you, it has meant all the world. When you have a place like Colette's behind you, for me coming into the situation, having my kids taken, it was hard for me to even think for myself, to move. It's just so many different arms and legs to getting your kids back. The staff at Colette's, my case manager, they already knew my position, they knew my situation. They were well versed on all the different things I had to do, so it made it really easy.
All of the case managers at Colette's, including Shauna, who does the intake, they were, had little stuff for me every time I went into the office, couldn't wait to see the baby. I struggled through my pregnancy because it was on my own, but I wasn't on my own, so I was definitely just blessed all the way around.
So we're excited to celebrate our 17th year. Last year we housed and served 515 homeless women and children, but we had requests from 4,287 women and children who needed assistance, and we weren't able to help them all. So it is crucial to continue what we do, providing housing and supportive services to more homeless women and children.
The way people can support Colette Children's Home is by volunteering their time. We have a lot of events for our clients. We have a donation center in our Huntington Beach office that oftentimes needs reorganizing, restocking. Monetary support helps as well to help fund furniture and different things inside the home, and also that provides women supplies that they need inside the home. So any type of support that anyone's willing to give, we'll take it.
I first learned about Colette's Children's Home several years ago when I was contacted by the executive director, Billy O'Connell, who came to us and wanted to talk to us about helping out the homeless and wanted to talk about what he was doing through the Colette's Children's Home to help the homeless and abused women and children in our community here in Orange County. The UFCW Local 324 has been contributing for several years to the Colette's Children's Home and really believes in helping our community and be partners with our community. Our members and our staff who spend time to put on an event to raise the resources makes it all worth it when we're able to hear the success stories and hear the numbers of people that are impacted. But hearing those direct personal stories about how someone was down and out and was able to find their way to become a success story is what really motivates us and makes us very emotional about this is something that we have to do. This is something that's very important, not just to us, but to our community and to our members. And we're very fortunate that we found an amazing partner like Colette's Children's Home to work with and partner and support.
I will be leaving at the end of the month, so into a 4-bedroom home with a job and my family together. So I couldn't ask for anything more and wouldn't have been able to do this back then without their help.
Having provided safe shelter and supportive services to the homeless in our community for nearly 17 years, we know that a shelter is never a replacement for a home. However, our homeless housing intervention programs provide needed support to those who have the highest housing stability barriers while seeking permanent housing solutions. Our commitment to our clients and to our community is to provide short-term shelter and stabilization services that seeks to obtain long-term housing in the most cost-effective and efficient manner, being ever aware of the need to be good stewards of public funding.